My childhood was very confusing. At the same time, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of good times, especially with my parents. Compared to some of my friends, I actually had a good childhood. You know, I just always was so shy and scared and didn't know where I would go. And very confused. Like, I was terrified of how people looked at me, and it was weird because my whole family, they were very outgoing. And like me, I was a kid just in the background with his toys, playing with my toys in a corner. My artistic abilities really started from movies. From there, it was just, I don't know, I just loved art, As a child, I was always lonely, even though I had a lot of people around me. I used my art and my toys as my coping mechanism. So whenever I was lonely, I always had an avenue to go down. It kind of gave me it gave me an out. Art always gave me an out. I started experimenting at 11, 12. It started off a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But at 17, I took a turn for, I would say, the worst, because I started, instead of selling them, the drugs, I started using them. I didn't care anymore what anybody thought about anything. So it's like, what's that? I'll do it. What's that? I'll do it. What's that? I'll do it. I don't know, it took me down some dark paths. One example where things got really bad was my retail job. When I started working there, I was literally a functional addict. It was very difficult during that time period. I thought about suicide a lot during that time period. I thought of overdosing on purpose during that time period. I started stealing from the job to support my habit. So I leave rehab, and what do I start doing? I start shooting. That's when everything changed. As soon as I put a needle in my arm, everything went out the window. In many ways, I felt like I sold my soul, and there was no getting it back. In the double digits, I went to rehabs and detoxes and outpatients. And each time, I learned a little bit more about myself, but at the same time, I just had no hope. There was no hope. The moment that opened my eyes to a point where there was no going back was I overdosed, fell face first on a radiator. Every day I look in the mirror and I call it my rebirth mark. I feel like I had a second chance on life, and not a lot of people get that. I started out with Helio with outpatient. I was very new to everything. Helio made me very comfortable. Helio is such a crucial part of my recovery, where it's kind of sad when you start to graduate, when I start to not have the same services, because it's such a pivotal part of me. I'm at the opposite spectrum of hope now. Before, I didn't think hope existed. I had no hope for anything. And they really showed me something that for one, people do care, and that change is possible. And if you want it bad enough, you can get it. You're not gonna get anywhere if you don't put in work. Helio showed me that.